strong.
Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Lifestyle Talk with Tara. I'm your host Obinyama Tara. This show is brought to you by Deathing TV, and on today's episode I will be talking to you about the popular phenomenon called texting. Okay, so in our world today, basically, in modern times, texting is the preferred, the go-to, the number one mode of communication that we know. You know, there are so many platforms these days. There's WhatsApp, there's Kik, there's Telegram, there's Snapchat. Everywhere people are texting. As long as you have one of these, you're texting. What we do not know is there are rules to this thing. They're not very popular and they're not very common, and that is what I'll be bringing to you in this very episode titled Texting 101. Alright, let's get right into it. Okay, the very first do, because I'm going to be splitting them into a few do's and don'ts. The very first do is text promptly. I don't think I need to explain this one too much. When you're texting a person or you're chatting with a person, you want to be able to reply them quickly and effectively. There is a certain etiquette that comes with, you know, replying your chat very quickly or replying it in time. So please be a person who texts promptly, and if you cannot at that point in time reply texts immediately, let the person you are chatting with know. It's courteous and it's very polite. The very next thing on my list is to keep your texts short. Some people are fond of like just sending long messages. It's not supposed to be like that. Texting is basically a medium, is a short medium for communication. You know, it's like answering your voicemail. Once the message starts to get too long, it becomes a burden. You know, you don't want to be a person to burden another person on the receiving end of the message with a long message. If whatever you have to say is so much, what you want to do is break the message into shorter text, right? So it will be easier for the person on the receiving end to read. Same thing goes for voice notes. Sometimes when I see people sending me voice notes of it's passing 3 minutes, 4 minutes, entering 10 minutes, I just go offline. Because like, you could as well give me a phone call. I could as well call you instead of sending me a VN of 10 minutes. So please keep your text short and to the point. Next thing you want to not do is text during inappropriate moments. I'm not sure that most people understand. A big mistake that people make is they text when they are not supposed to text. Like, you're at a movie theater, or you're at a play, or you're at dinner with your friends or your family, or you're at a funeral, or in a hospital with somebody in a sick bed, and you're texting and laughing. I mean, it's very rude. People consider it very impolite and very insensitive. They might not tell you, but it really is, trust me. I mean, think about it this way. Would you make a phone call in that situation, in that scenario? Would you make a phone call in church? Probably not, right? So if you're not going to be able to make a phone call there, think about it like you probably shouldn't be texting there either. However, if it is so important, whatever it is that you need to attend to, you could step out and excuse yourself from the group of people, right? Your friends, because once you start doing that, it's annoying. So excuse yourself and attend to whatever it is that you need to attend to quickly, and then come back to the group. That way you are seen as courteous, polite, you know, and everybody's happy. Next thing is, please double check your texts, your grammar, and all those things. In fact, double check the recipient you are sending the text to before you hit send. Because see, seriously, autocorrect it has done things to us in this life. I know that sometimes it's good for, you know, checking grammar and spellings and all of that. It helps. But you can testify, you and I both know what autocorrect has done to us. You do not want to be that person who sends a personal message, or, you know, an intimate message that is meant for your friend or maybe your boyfriend to your boss at work or to your colleague or your classmates, simply because as you were typing in the name of the person, but autocorrect changed it to another name because the first few letters of that name tally with another name on your contact. So please always double check your content and the recipient of your message before you send that text. Next thing you want to do is, you don't want to send too many attachments. There are people that have made texting so boring. and so very annoying, because they just keep spamming you with stickers and photos of food or whatever it is that they are doing. See, that is what WhatsApp status is for. Don't spam my DMs with stickers and GIFs and memes that I'm not interested in. Basically, what you are doing is you are making yourself annoying. I don't want to open your chat because I don't want to be bombarded or, overwhelmed with those things. An occasional and important link or BC is all right once in a while, but once it starts to get too much, except I tell you as a friend, spam me with your pictures. We do that thing for our friends. Except I tell you that, or we have that kind of relationship, please do not on any occasion think that it is okay to send all those things to a person's DM. All right. Next thing you want to know is never text sensitive texts or sensitive news. This is really important to you guys, because just imagine that you get news of your breakup from your boyfriend via text. It is not polite, it is rude, it is not palatable, it is insensitive. I could go on and on. Just ask Katy Perry. She got divorced via text. Her husband sent her a message of annulling their marriage via text. So you do not see, this applies to many other life-changing news, like being laid off of work, or being removed from an office, or the death of a loved one. You don't want to communicate that through text. You want to be able to see messages with emotional content are best relayed in person, or at least via a phone call. That way you are able to get more information about the person, about the receiver's state of mind, through their tone, the inflection of their voice, their body language, their facial expression. But when you are able to get all those things because you can see and hear them. But when it's in written word, you never really know. So please always make sure that when you have sensitive texts like that, or emotional content to deliver to a person, always make sure you do not send it through text. Don't be tempted to send it through text. Okay, the very last thing on this list is never text and drive. See, but to me, there's no difference whatsoever between texting and driving, drinking and driving. Could make sense. It's the same thing. You are putting your life and the life of other people on the road in danger. Because there's a habit I have when I'm with my friends and they are driving, I seize their phone. You cannot come and put my mother's only child in danger. We are not doing that here. So please, if whatever you have to text is so very important, make sure that you find a way or a place to park and send that text. Same thing, okay, when you are at dinner with your friends, or you are out with a group of people, you do not want to be that person who keeps vigorously texting, and being stuck to your phone. So if it's very important, what you want to do is take that outside and not be a jerk. Okay, so this is the very little do's and don'ts of texting. If you know that there are any more that I have not mentioned and happens to you and you find very annoying, please make sure you say or talk about it in the comment section. Thank you so very much for joining me on this episode of Lifestyle Talk with Tara, brought to you by Defin TV. And I'll be seeing you on our very next episode. Bye-bye.